Well, I think we had our chances. I thought UNLV played extremely well. They played hard. Seemed like they had a little bit more pop to their step. Um, we were up 5 going into half. Came out and they went on a 22-9 run. So I don't know. I just spent some time with my team up there. I don't know if it's going through what they went through with Nevada, all the stuff surrounding it. That loss, but it definitely affected us, and we didn't regroup. And I take full responsibility for that. And I thought they would come out and play harder, and I thought we would play better, but we didn't, and they played well. They went on a 10-3 run at the end that hurt us, and then other than that, we just didn't play very well. We just didn't have the normal juice that we have, and I thought Dane played well for a half. But other than that, I think Joe came in and played well. O gave us some minutes in the first half, and then we just got to get to a point where we don't have to play zone defense so much. We're not going to win basketball games if we have to play zone defense. But Elijah and Tim looked a little worn, and we couldn't get any scoring from anybody else. So that was kind of a nutshell. We scored 66, but they made some big plays at the end. It was 10-3 in the last run, and they came out on top. We had a good rebound, lost the possession with 4 minutes to go. We were up, and then we had another offensive rebound chance that they got, and we couldn't get it. So it was the same. I talked to my guys today that we had to stop transition points. We had to try to stop points off offensive rebounds, and we didn't do that tonight. So we didn't get to the line like we usually did, but we had a hard time scoring tonight.
Craig, with a minute 19 left, you call a timeout, and you cut the lead to 66. What was it,
3.
66?
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much the whole possession, then get an offensive rebound with 47 seconds left.
Right.
47 seconds left. They have a 3-point lead. Did you consider fouling?
No, because we already had the play that we were going to run. So we already had it. We were going to play it out and get the last possession, try to get a 3. We talked about fouling, but I was pretty set on, hey, we already know what we're going to do. Let's get a stop, and then let's go from there.
And the play you guys ran, the Elijah Brown.
Yeah, there was 2 options. I think if you watch it on tape, Dane's open on the other side. I think Elijah got the ball a little bit late. It's worked for us in the past. I don't know if it was a good shot, but I thought he's capable of making it. I think he could have got the ball a little sooner. But the play worked on the other side, and I thought Elijah was able to get a good look. But it's one of those things that we've ran before.
Coach, your team looked flat or uninspired.
They did.
Tonight.
They did.
Did you see the same thing?
Saw the same thing. Yeah, just could never get them going. Couldn't get over the hump. Couldn't get it. I mean, we had some chances in the first half to get it going. Tried to play some guys in the first half, and they didn't bring us much either. But we just couldn't get it going. We just didn't look like we had any oomph in our step, and looked like we were in quicksand all night. And we tried to give them some time off, but I hate to play Tim Williams 39 minutes and Elijah 37, but I got to try to win the game. So they're playing guys as much, but I don't know how big of an effect that game had on them on Saturday, but evidently had some effect.
What would you tell them after the game tonight?
I just asked him. I just said, "What is it? Where are we going? What's going on?" And I just told him, "You can't come out of the half and give up 22 points in the first 8 minutes. You can't get beat 22-9 to start the half. And you really want to start the first 4 minutes of the game and get off to a good start, and then start the second half. You want to start the first 4 minutes the same way." And we gave them 22-9. We're up 5. We just seemed really lethargic. Couldn't get anything going. We couldn't get any stops to get transition. So if we don't get out in transition and get some easy looks, guys are going to key on Elijah and Tim, and we got to have other guys step up. So I just asked them what was going on, and we got some answers. So they'll have tomorrow to get out of here and try to regroup, and then we'll meet with them on Thursday and try to push forward.
When you say you asked them kind of what
There's got to be some answer. I mean, there's got to be, my staff can't work tirelessly, and these kids are working hard, and they're doing this, and to come out like that. And I just ask them some questions, and that's between my team and I. But we got to figure it out together.
And as far as figuring out together, this is now a 3-game losing streak at a time with fans. As you acknowledged yesterday in your press conference, there's a lot of people not happy right now with the direction of the program.
Right.
You're on a 3-game losing streak. What?
All I can do is keep working. I still think we got a really good team. I mean, I can't control injuries. I can't control things that have happened to this team. I can't control that. But I can control certain things, and we've shown signs that we can play really well. So, I mean, I have to still believe that we're going to continue to try to play well.
Is there a specific change that you already have in mind, though? Or is
A
it
specific change on
not
players?
specific. I'm just saying, is there some, I mean, if what's been going on hasn't worked for 3 straight games, didn't work for a couple games.
Well, I mean,
before that,
what do you mean by it hasn't worked for 3 straight games because we lost?
yeah,
Is that
3-game losing streak?
yeah? One on the road, one at home, unusual, and then
Right.
one tonight. Yeah.
I guess I'm just asking, is there anything the fans can look to say, maybe they'll change when this happens? Or is it going to be more of the same, which is what the fan just
What do you mean more than the same? I don't understand your question.
What I'm asking is fans right now are at a point where they are not happy with what's going on the court.
Right.
Is there any indication that you can tell the fans that something's
They've shown signs of playing excellent basketball, and I think they'll get back to playing excellent basketball.
The fans were booing towards the end of the game. Do you hear that? And I mean, what do you have in response to?
I don't really hear it. I'm trying to concentrate on the game.
Have you asked your players if they're hearing that? Is that getting to them? I mean, is that something you would even ask them?
I do think that what happened the other night got to them. If it was social media, if it was, watching highlights, whatever it was, I think that got to them, and I think it had some effect on them.
Coach, even with that, with everybody agreeing kind of they were lethargic and quicksand and all that, and the other was, but even with that, you're up 6 at half, managed to erase that deficit and climb back ahead by 4.
Yep.
I was thinking right there, this is a good team. And what resiliency. Now they're back up. But then it went the other way.
Right.
So, I mean, they do seem to have the skill. They can play.
They do have the skill. I just think we got to figure some things out, and they got to continue to do it. We got to be consistent.
Saw Tim Williams bringing the ball up today. Well, that was, was that called? Or?
Well, I don't think he was bringing it up on purpose. I think they were pressing us, and he was the guy that was open. So they threw it to him, and he brought it across half court and got it to a guard. I don't think that wasn't any design strategy.
Tim
Yeah,
and
yeah, press
Elijah,
you.
Tim and Elijah are 2 of the top 3 in the league at getting to the free throw line. Tim shoots the first free throw of that duo with 11:57 to go in the game. What were they doing, or what were you guys not doing to get your guys?
Well, I think what happens is they played a lot of zone. I think they played a lot of zone. I thought they were really concentrated on Tim, but I think anytime you play a lot of zone and you settle for a lot of jump shots, if you look back at the stats and you look how many jump shots we took the first 6 minutes, first 8 minutes, we can't do that. We got to be more patient against the zone. We got to get the ball inside, and that way we can foul it. We weren't able to get out in transition and drive it to the rim hard. We weren't able to get, people to the rim, drive and kick. But the zone kind of kept us kind of stagnant.
31 of your 50 shots came from those 3 guys, from Elijah and Tim. Other guys just look timid, and I don't know how you judge confidence. Somebody's got to score, and somebody's got to feel confident scoring. How do you let that play? How do you force that play?
Well, the biggest thing is I think we got guys that'll come in and take shots, but they have to make shots. I mean, we got guys that'll come in off the bench and take shots. And Jeff, you made a good point, but you can look down all our season-ending stats and look at the season to date and look what we're shooting from the field. I mean, it's not like they're not taking shots. We have to start making some more shots. You can't be, there's an old saying, you can't be a shot taker, you have to be a shot maker. And there's a lot of shot takers right now, and we got to continue to give them confidence and help them, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. But you're not going to be able to win in this league with 2 guys that's the only people that score.
Coach, these games keep passing by. Is there anything brewing in you that's a quick fix?
I think getting them out here for a day, getting them out of here a day, try to etch-a-sketch them, try to get them refocused when we come meet on Thursday, and get some energy back in them. and hopefully we'll have Jordan Hunter at 100%. I kind of had to put him in because Jalen got in foul trouble, and Anthony played some good minutes, but we needed to see if Jordan could play. We need him back healthy, but we're going to have to spend some time because we can't play 35 minutes or 20 minutes or 25 minutes of zone. We got to get back to playing man-to-man defense.
Coach, with 39 seconds left in the game, 66 to 69. How come you guys didn't press defense with Jalen at the top?
What's that now?
There was a 66, 39 seconds left in the game, and there was no press
69.
defense going on at all.
Well, you couldn't press with Jalen because he had 4 fouls. If he fouls and he's out of the game, then who's your point guard? You have nobody to set up your offense because Anthony Mathis is really not a point guard. So 49 seconds, you're going to get a shot. You're going to get the last shot. You're thinking you're going to get a last stop, and then you're going to go down and get the shot that you want. So, I see your point, but I'm not going to press, and Jalen's had a hard time keeping his hands off people and get a 5th foul, then I have nobody to bring the ball up.
The first half game was great, 6 for 6, and he struggled to even get a look in the second half. What did you see that they did differently on him?
I don't think they did anything differently. I just didn't think we moved the ball. I don't think we had player movement. I don't think we had ball movement.
O seems to be really effective inside defensively in the first half, but not so in the second half. Did they do some things differently?
Well, I think what happens is with he was really good man-to-man defense. They went small, and we had to sub. Then we had to go zone because of foul trouble with Jalen. And then O's not as good in the zone. If we go 2-3 zone, he's really good. But we were trying to go 3-2 to stop some of their shooters. Again, we didn't get out and get their shooters uncomfortable, so that's one thing that we got to continue to work on. But, they got 9 threes, and we had 4. And that's the average. That's what we're averaging, 4, and, we're giving up 9. So we've got to learn to get out on the shooters a little bit quicker, make them uncomfortable. But it was kind of similar to the last game. I can't count them in my head because I'd have to go back and watch the tape, but I bet you there was 4 or 5 situations in the second half that there's a late clock, 4 or 5 seconds, and we let guys get shots. And you can't let them do that. You have to make them put it on the floor and make the next pass.
You mentioned going small at one point in the first half. You had Furstinger, Logwood, Kuiper, Harris, and Brown on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Were you looking to go small and create something with that lineup?
We can't. We were going to, but we just weren't getting anything out of the other guards. So, we saw O was doing good, and Joe brought some energy, but those guys played. We're going to have to do something. So we're going to have to regroup on Thursday and try to get better.
And Kuiper scored 3 out of those 3 points, or out of those 4 3-pointers.
He scored 3 of them. I don't know. I wouldn't. I've been here. I don't know if Elijah Brown's went without a game without a 3-point make since he's played. Maybe 1 or 2, but yeah, Dane had 3 of them.
Do you think he could maybe become the 3rd consistent
Yes, I do.
player?
Yeah, I do. He had 17, so he could, but we also need a 4th one. We need to. 66 isn't bad. We were averaging 76 or around there. We got to continue to get better defensively, but we'll try to work as hard as we can to figure it out.
When will you know if he becomes that 3rd?
Dane, how consistently he can do it, how consistently he can score in double figures.
You guys give up 20 off of turnovers and 10 more off of their 12 offensive rebounds.
But that's what we talked about. It's the same reoccurrence, and that's what I told him before the game.
And offensive rebounds in particular off turnovers seems to be sloppy, a lot of them. Not all of them, but sometimes they're just kind of making some sloppy passes or some charges. But the offensive rebounds seem to be an effort. They seem to be either guys not playing aggressively because of foul trouble or timidness, or
I
they're
think
just not
that
in the game.
I think that's one of them. I think when your point guard has 5 turnovers in the first half, he's a little gun shy, and he's played terrific for us. Also, it's a lot harder to rebound out of a zone than it is man, because you have to go get somebody and block them out. But those are the 3 keys for us: transition scores, points off of turnovers, and offensive rebounding. That's the things that have bothered us all year. We have to learn how to sprint back on make and misses. We've even gone as far as changing how we do all that. So, hopefully we'll it's not going to be a good feeling. We just got to come back on Thursday and try to get better.
And the Last thing, you kind of mentioned earlier that you saw it, that maybe there was still some sort of hangover from Saturday.
Yeah.
Is that, are you confident that was about the Nevada game and nothing else about the noise going on, about the players? I mean, I've asked you this before.
No, I
The
think
last
it.
game,
I
mean,
think
are
it.
they still responding to you?
Yeah, I don't think they're not responding to me. I think that the outside stuff with social media, it getting played everywhere, text messages, Twitter, I think that affects 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old kids. I really do.
And I mean, is there any, if there was, I know you would have done it by now, but I mean, is there anything you tell them about social media, about that outside noise?
We can't do it anymore. We didn't used to let them have it. So I mean, it's here to stay. I mean, it's different here. It's different everywhere. So I mean,
All that you said tonight, if the other players aren't scoring, you ever considered picking for Elijah all over the floor and turning Elijah into a, quote, Jimmer Fredette?
yeah, I've thought about that. I just don't know if he had the energy tonight to do that. I think he gave you everything he had. I just think he was really, really drained, and he's played a lot of minutes. So, yeah, we've thought about that.
Coach, there's no hiding from the social media, but is getting on the road going to be a good thing for this team just to get away from here?
I don't think we want to get away. I mean, it's where we live and where we play, where we go to school. I don't think that's the answer. I think social media follows you wherever you go. I think that, on the road we take their phones the night before the games, and we do some stuff that we don't do at home. But I don't think that's the answer. But it's a great question. They have to be a little bit more focused on the task at hand and not let all the noise outside affect them. And it's hard. It's hard for them. I mean, we've been through this since I've been here. We've been through that before I was the head coach.
Coach, is all this noise and distraction affecting you?
As affecting me as what?
Personality, your ability to coach?
No, I'm still doing the same thing I've always done. I'm still the same coach. I haven't changed.
How can you instill that attitude then, or demonstrate that so your players pick it up so that they are, is it maturity? We're going back to that again?
No, it's
Or
not
can you
mature.
tighten up and
It's
set
not
the
maturity. It's not maturity. They've got to be more consistent in everything we do, and they know that. I think they understand that. I mean, you got 15 kids up there right now. They're not going out there to lose. They're not going out there not to play hard. They're not going out there not to give their best effort. They just didn't have it tonight, and we just didn't win.
Anything else?
In the second half, obviously, out of a couple big buckets, big
Mhm.
block. I mean, he's just a spark plug. How much do you, I guess, do you want him to do that? Do you hope it spreads to the
Yeah,
players?
he's really good. It's just that he gets to a point where he plays too many minutes and he hasn't played that much and he gets tired. So that's the tough part. That's the tough part.
Just seeing, the energy he brings.
Yeah, you think that it would. You think it would. Yeah, I do. I want him to do that because hopefully it would rub off. We couldn't get over the hump. We couldn't. He made some big plays tonight. We just couldn't get over the hump.
Anything else? Good? Okay.
Thanks, Coach.